I have a couple of questions to ask everybody. Do any of you in the crowd, do you ever get tired of maybe having like torn or cracked cuticles, your fingernails don't grow, you wish that, you could get that salon quality style look to your nail without having to go to the salon to spend all the extra money to get your nails to look pretty? Today I'm actually going to go over a really simple process, give you a few tips and pointers on different things that you can do to help promote the natural growth of your nails, keep them looking beautiful and healthy all the time. It's pretty simple, pretty versatile. It's good for guys and girls both, young and old. So let's get started. First of all, in step one, you want to usually start by trying to soften your cuticle and your nail bed because it makes it easier to work with. Just for the sake of the speech today and my time limitation, I'm just going to go over a couple of different things. Some of the things that I like to use, I will sometimes use a bowl. Any kind of bowl will work with room temperature or lukewarm water. Sometimes I like to use Epsom salt in there. You can also use things around the house such as like olive oil, anything like that you can put in the water. Actually helps as like an emollient for your skin. It helps to loosen your cuticles up so that when you do cut or file that it doesn't tear or shred the cuticle, which can cause bleeding, sometimes can cause infections. So you start with that. You can also, instead of doing the soak, you can also use what I like to use, which is a grapeseed oil extract. This one I actually got in a kit that I got for Christmas one year through Deep Sea Cosmetics, and you can apply it just by grabbing the vial that the oil is in and you put it on the cotton ball or cotton swab just like that. You can also use a Q-tip swab, whichever works easiest for you. Then you just start any nail you want. Today I'm going to go ahead and use my ring finger. You massage it into the cuticle, all over the nail. This helps to, like I said, soften the cuticle, soften the nail bed. It makes it easier to work with. It also helps to exfoliate and moisturize. Once you do this, you get it nice and good on there. You can start by pushing back your cuticles. You can use a cuticle pusher. Sometimes you will hear them referred to as orange wood sticks. I have a couple different ones here. They have them in plastic tips. They have them with the metal tips. Really, any kind of cuticle pusher will work. And you just want to start basically by going back, pushing. You want to push. The idea here is to push the natural, push the cuticle back to the natural line of the nail bed to get that off of the nail, so that when you do this, it kind of like makes for a neat and tidy nail bed instead of a ragged or ripped or shredded nail bed. It doesn't take a whole lot. Your cuticles are kind of sensitive, so if you push too hard, it's going to hurt. So don't push too hard because you might hurt yourself. After you are able to do that, and you get the nail bed and the cuticle cleaned up the way that you want it, you can start by grabbing your fingernail clipper. Any kind of fingernail clipper will work. You want to get a nice solid pair though, because I will warn you that if you don't get a nice solid pair, you get a cheaper pair. Sometimes they don't always cut as well. Sometimes they will bend your nail instead of actually clipping your nail, and if it bends, then it will break and it will shred the tip of your nail, and it can cause it to crack further down the nail bed or up under the quick of the nail, which is also very painful, which is something that you don't want to do. So after you, like I said, after you get the cuticle pushed back, you find your handy dandy nail clippers. You start by clipping off any extra of your nail. My nail's already pretty short, but basically you would start by clipping off any extra of your nail. You can clip them straight across, which I suggest, because if you clip them down or on an angle, it can cause the nail to create almost like a shelf effect, and it will grow up under the skin or up under the quick of the nail, and it can cause an ingrown nail, or it can cause a really bad hangnail, and those hurt, those are painful. So basically I like to cut mine straight across. After you cut it straight across, you'll want to find a emery board or a filing board. You can pretty much find this all grocery stores, all pharmacies, anywhere they sell beauty products, anything like that. You want to start with like a real light grade sanded emery board. If you use, I brought my other one, if you use the medium to heavy grade sanded emery board, it will do the same thing. It can shred your nail, it will not file it smoothly. So then basically you will just file the nail down just like this until you get a nice smooth rounded surface. Like I said, you can square them, you can round them, however you choose to wear your nail. Once you get this part done, you will want to make sure that you have, this is called a four-sided nail buffer or a four-sided high shine buffer. A lot of people just call them a four-sided filing. I don't know. I call it a four-sided nail buffer. They come different styles, different sizes, different colors, and basically they are usually labeled or numbered, and then also color-coded. This one has a blue side, a black side, and a white side. With this nail buffer, we're going to start with the blue side, which is a very fine grade or very soft grade. And what you do, if you take your fingernail and you like just rub your finger real quick, and you might, like my fingernails have ridges on them. If your fingernail has ridges on them, the ridges actually can prohibit your nails from growing and actually can stop the nail growth, and actually when they grow up will cause them to get splits. Sometimes like people will get splits in the middle of their nails, and this process I'm about to show you is going to get rid of the nail ridges, and this will actually help promote a healthier nail growing, and it will promote actually blood circulation, blood flow under the nail. It will help your nails to look a lot healthier and grow better, longer, and stronger. So we'll start with the blue side here. And basically there's not really any kind of a set rule or a time limit when you're doing this. I always like to do it and count to 5. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just kind of all over back and forth. If you file too much with a nail file or a buffer like this, what happens is you thin out your nail bed, and it can cause your nails to become very sensitive and very weak. So this kind of defeats the purpose. So we have to kind of, 5 is about what I would suggest. And after we go from the blue side, you see on here it says I have to move to the black side. Move to the black side and do the same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. And at this point in the process, after you've done this, you should be able to feel on your nail the ridges are actually smoothing out, and my nail is actually quite smooth right now. The ridges actually start to go away. The last side that you're going to use is going to be the white side. The white side, basically the same thing. This is the buffing side. And this is going to help to bring all your natural oils to the surface of your nail and to give it a really nice high shine and buff. There's not really a time limit, 10, 15 seconds maybe, sometimes longer, it depends. Then after you do that, it gives, it gives a really nice high quality shine on my nail. And from here, after you've done all of these steps, some people like to do a clear coat over the top. This helps it last longer. I know just from doing what I've showed you here that I can do both sets of my nails, and the process will last, that simple, what I've just done, that will last for a good range up to 2 weeks, and that's including after doing dishes, after doing yard work, anything like that. But it's just kind of a personal preference. I know, like I said, sometimes people will put a clear coat on. Any clear coat will help. It just kind of helps to enhance the nail a little bit and give it that, that extra lust, that extra shine. So anyway, that is my speech for you guys today, and I hope this was helpful and informative, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and thank you very much.